So, nerds, this is what happens when you drop your laptop. I didn't show it last video, but this is what I'm doing for Wednesday. Last week I wasn't able to figure out why my webcam wasn't recording for the video software that I have on my computer. It's still working on Skype, so I'm confused, but I believe it has something to do with this, which has been the whole reason that I need a new computer, because it still works in connection to my computer. You can see I was watching all the videos to make sure I'm up to date. And yeah, I need a new laptop, or I need to fix this. But I'm not going to do that now. I'm going to get on with Wednesday. So there's only, I believe, 2 question challenge things this week. In terms of Eric's food theme. Eric, if you had to pick something for me to bake for you, I bake people lots of things, what would you have me bake for you, or make? Would you go with the traditional crepes, or meringues, or other things? I've baked you a lot of things. What would you have me make? Just curious. And for your challenge about reading a poem, I don't really have a favorite poem, because it really depends on my mood, but I recently got back an essay today from a literature course, and that inspired me to do the poem that I did for another literature course. So it's not really related, but it just reminded me that there's this really good poem I did, which I really enjoyed. So, the poem is called The Garden of Love, and it's by Blake. Anyways. I went to the Garden of Love, and saw what I never had seen. A chapel was built in the midst, where I used to play upon the green. And the gates of this chapel were shut, and "Thou shalt not" writ over the door. So I turned to the Garden of Love, that so many sweet flowers bore, and I saw it was filled with graves, and tombstones where flowers should be, and priests in black gowns were walking their rounds, and binding with briars my joys and desires. I like dark poetry. Anyways, I did an essay on this about how Blake hates the church, and that's what the poem is about, and I'm really hoping I get a good mark on it, so wish me luck. Other than that, I believe Zach's question was classic monster, who do you like? Well, if we're going in terms of named monsters, do myths count? Because named monsters that, everyone knows about, I would probably have to go with Dracula. I hate to copy you, I'm sorry, but I've read so many different versions of the Dracula myth, and I love almost all of them. They're great. I just love seeing new takes on that character. In terms of classic monsters, I know you're looking for a named monster, but personally, if I had to choose like a creature that I just really love, that's scary, I would probably have to go with the Banshee, because the whole myth about that is that if you hear the cry, somebody you know is going to die that night, and I love that. It's so dark, and you don't know who it is, so you're constantly worried, and it might be you, and I love that. I love it. So yeah, in terms of names, I'd have to go with Dracula. In terms of actual monsters, definitely the Banshee. Other than that, I do actually have a challenge this week, and that's going to be if you could choose a pantheon of... Pantheon? It's a Parthenon. Oh dear. I really can't think at the moment. It's 2 a.m. I probably screwed that up. Anyways, if you could choose a set of gods to actually exist, you know, from, well, that's kind of insulting, I guess, to people who believe in multiple gods. I'm sorry. Other than the deities that you currently do or do not believe in, if you could choose, you know, a set of gods to exist, like the Greek gods or the Egyptian gods or etc, 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 who would you pick? Because they're pretty brutal. Anyways, so that's my dealio this week. You guys have a good rest of the week. I'm sorry this is late, I'm sorry it's unedited, and I'm sorry it's a mobile version. I hope I can find my camera at least for next week, because I have a camera that can actually do HD video, and if I can find it next week, I'll have a lovely edited, non-just my phone video for you guys. So have a good rest of the week, and I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye!